Bump and Flex. Went to roll out roll call. I'm going to talk about it. Nolsey, I've just watched your video. Sit up straight. You have a very defeated, hiding yourself demeanour about you. Sit up straight, show your face, talk to the camera. It's all good. There's nothing to worry about. It's words of love. Right. I went to roll out roll call. It was semi-organised beforehand. I made sure I got a lift there. Although it is like 25 minutes down the road, I still stayed at the hotel. A, because I knew Timey was needing a hotel room, and B, because I didn't want it to be amazing and then have to get picked up later on and go home. I wanted to be in the thick of it, in the middle of it, in the middle of the. So I wanted to be there. So I was. So I booked a hotel room, which was just as good as Auto Assembly, even though it was a Jury's Inn and not a Hilton. That's all I'm saying about that. Should I? Ooh, we went. No, I'm going to show you the toys. Let's show you the toys. And other things will strike me as they go. I walked in. You know how people are always talking about not always, often. I went in and I bought this toy, and I went into toys, and then I went to blah, 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 toys, and then I went over the road to toys. They can remember the names of who the people are and who they bought them off. They know the stuff that they got and what order they bought it in and all that. I've never got a fucking clue. I've never got the slightest idea. People like watching me tell them to fuck off. You lot are mad. Fuck off! So I went in the first little room and very, very briefly said hello to Mr. B Collectibles. You might have seen his YouTube channel. He's got fucking millions of people that watch his videos. But he did one a little while ago, and as soon as I saw it, I was like, I need me one of them. gimme. And then he put one up the other day that made me doubly think, oh, I really want one of those. But I never, if Ben wants to sell stuff, he puts a post up that's saying, does anyone want to buy it? And if he doesn't want to sell it, he keeps it. And that's like, that's cool. That's all good. It's lovely jubbly. But when I saw this on the table, I thought to myself, don't be so fucking stupid, Dave. Go out and buy some proper stuff instead, because there are a couple of things that you really want. But I didn't. I gave in to temptation, and it's frankly the best thing I bought all day, even though one of the things is the best thing that I've bought in ages. But not on this particular day, and it's not even an actual Transformer. It's a StarCats Dino Combiner in Age of Extinction colours. The feet on this thing are an absolute disgrace. And Mr. B Collectibles, if you see this, can you send me a link on Facebook or something like that to the page that discusses how to fix it? I've not really played with it at all. I've not taken it out of the box or nothing. I'm going to do the beast mode because it just looks magnificent. But I have to fix his feet. I've got to do it ASAP. He's beautiful. He weighs 8,000 tons. He's more than a really big bag of sugar. I love him. It's just so good. I just want his feet to stick on. I mean, if I have to, I'll actually fucking glue it all together. But I think it's going to be a case of some modelling putty and a bit of ingenuity to make it all stick. I think we'll get there. I've got some really good stuff called Milliput, which I've never used really before until I actually used it and found that it's quite forgiving if you know how to treat it. StarCats Combiner thing. People like to sit watching me. Fuck off! I got that as well. Oh, the weapons! Gonna fudge some stuff together on later on. That's nice and stiff. That looks quite good. That's all happy. But if you find the other foot, this is. Had a little. As Stu said the other day, he's had a little drink and he's a bit tired. So I'm going to put that back in the bag because I'm trying to keep everything in one place together. Then I was wandering around and saw Mr. Matthew Time Lord, who I spent the night with. Oh, baby. And he was carrying something, and when I saw it, if you'll excuse me, I dropped adrift. And lost a sword. Ah, bollocks, have I hoovered it? I'm going to look in a minute. I'm being very unprofessional. Matt had one, and I looked at it. I just realised what I was going to say. Matt had one. When I looked at it, I told him it was too small. Ooh! I saw his Wheeljack. And I said to him, I'm never going to buy one. It's just too small. I'm sick of Masterpiece toys. I don't want them. And then I saw how much he was, and I've seen a couple of reviews recently, and the car mode. It just so happened I watched a video the other day from Top Gear. And the video from Top Gear was literally about Alphas. And it showed quite extensively in it the Lanciers even. Lanciers. It showed the Stratos. That sword's missing. It's going to bug me now. I hope I haven't hoovered it. There it is. Sword! Lancia Stratos. Right. Lancia Stratos. I watched a TV programme with Top Gear where they did loads of stuff about the Lancia Stratos. They stood there and just fawned over this thing for absolutely ages. And while I don't particularly like Masterpiece toys, while it's not my thing, I watched this programme and I said to Armin, who lives here, who always sits next to me and watches all the shit that I watch because he's always drawing, he's just mad. I'm going to get one of those. And he went, but you don't like it. And I know, but I've just watched a TV programme. There's this little tingle inside me that just says, you need to own that alt mode, Dave. So for the first time ever, I bought something specifically for the alt mode. The alt mode is just phantasmagorical. And transforming it back into a car is a fucking asshole. Fuck off. Fuck off! Oh, look, sexy loveliness. Really super nice. Super nice. And because it's not a dodgy KO, I've not put the wing mirrors in. I might leave them in the box. I don't feel like I'm missing them. But because it is a genuine motherfucker, I got that as well. With that on the back. Picture of a Wheeljack. I've not taken the face off. I've had a good pull at the face. I can't make the face come off. I sat for a conversation. I sat through. No, I'm going to do it all in order. I was looking through as you walked in the front, because you can look on Witness's video. There's some really nice Detlov. There's some nice glass cabinets. And in there was some cool stuff, and the exclusive that you could buy in the UK, which you've never ever been able to buy officially in the UK before, ever. I bought myself Crosscut. Crosscut is with Axor, but just bright and gaudy and horrible. Drop in bits. Don't want to lose stuff. Not on the expensive BotCon toys. Got quite into BotCon toys now. Wow, CFDC. Collectors Club. Collectors Club! That's what I want. I love this thing. Look at him. He's so sexy and beautiful, and he's got lovely colours, and it's just awful and brilliant and horrible and amazing. Oh, and I love the boxes that they come in. I hate box collectors. Fuck off, box collectors. Except for when they're me and I just get ultra mammoths and sexy slipstreams and stuff. And then I was wandering around, and there was a load of stuff there, but nothing that really sort of turned me on, and I knew that I had to get the specific bots that I needed. Now this one was just in a box of loose ones for some reason, was £15. I got Crosscut, which is absolutely madness, because it was only like 3 weeks ago that I got Skids, which means that I've got Skids and Crosscut, which means they're both identical. I picked them up within 3 weeks of each other. I'm not sure if I'm really appreciating how special either of them are. Has this one got a light piping? No, he's got a light piping bar in there, but the light piping doesn't work. He's got a very pretty little face sculpt. He did a lovely job. There you go, that's all done. And that is what I bought. That's it. I didn't buy a huge amount. That's quite enough money's worth already when you consider that Wheeljack was 55 and Mr. Combiner was none of your business. And then it's like 15 and then it's £40 for crosscut. It was okay. It was day one. I was quite happy with what I'd done. I didn't buy a toy at all on the Sunday. But on the Saturday in the afternoon, on the pre-drinks mash-up, was it the Saturday or the Sunday? Saturday. There were talks. And I knew this year I was going to do more of the talks because last year it's just not enough to go and look at toys. It's just not enough to go and look at toys. You have to do other things. You have to talk to people. You have to invest a bit of your own time into other people to make these things work. Yes, yes. Like Dave does, putting this thing on for all you ungrateful fuckers. Get down there next year, please. Thank you very much. There was some really good stuff. And there were the bits that I really knew that I wanted to do. There was a bit that I missed that I should have been at. But I went to the third-party combiner... I went to the third-party panel. Which was really good. And they showed us loads of stuff that I'm not allowed to talk about. I could talk about it. There's nothing to really gain. But pictures of third-party toys that are coming out and people's reactions to them and how much they... are looking forward to them, or really, you can tell when they put a photo up because sometimes it's dead silence, they don't give a fuck, and sometimes they put a photo up and the whole room goes, oh. So I really like that. I'm not really into third-party toys. It's not specifically my thing, but at the same time, it was good. It was fun. I enjoyed it. I was really, really glad I was there. Then there was a thing straight after that about more toys and how toys are created, but I missed the beginning of it and I didn't want to walk in halfway through and it was quite a busy room, so I'd missed that one. But then afterwards, and if you'll excuse me, I am just going to look on my bookie face because I need to talk to... So I asked a question earlier. I'm very bad with names, unfortunately, because I'm a knobhead. And where is it? Pete Sinclair from the Transformers Collectors Club. Pete Sinclair off of BotCon. Pete Sinclair off of the most amazing wall of if I'm honest, the most amazing wall of Transformers that there's ever been as a background for Skype since the Mighty Mess disappeared. It was just stuff everywhere and it was all Collectors Club stuff and it just squeetastic. And he told us stuff. He let little snippets out so people liked him. And that's not true at all. He was very, very natural. And he did let a couple of little snippets out. And it was nice that the people that were there got to share in that at the time. And it was quite funny because he often said something and you were like, oh. And then the internet would cut out because Skype's unreliable. You know what hotel broadband's like. And it was stuff. It was just stuff like that. It was really good. We all got, you could ask questions at the end. He showed... He showed when they were looking at doing some headmasters and how they designed little headmasters that looked like the head of the robot and then you could fold it in half and it would be a robot just for the Collectors Club. And the reason they didn't do that is because they couldn't find out a decent way to attach the neck on. And good stuff where my kind of stuff where you'd sit there and think, I would never ever have found that out. I'd never ever have known that unless I'd been here at this time right now talking with this guy. It may be only on Skype, but it was good. No one else has got to speak to these people. And I really enjoyed it. That was probably the best hour that I was there. I really enjoyed that little bit. Then after that, it was back to the room. Ate custard creams with Matt because we were hungry. And then we all got together sort of 7 o'clock-ish and went for a walkies to get some food. And then everyone started going, come on, Dave, you're local. You know where the food places are. I don't know where the food places are in Southampton. I haven't got the slightest idea where the food places are in Southampton. I hate eating out. I hate eating in town specifically, so I don't do it. However, after walking to a couple of places and finding out that there was a general scale of epic fail, I actually piped up my voice and said, well, if we're all going to the Alex tonight, why don't we go to the Alex and see if they do food there? They are a pub after all. And we all piled in, and then it said queue here, put food for lunch, and we were like, oh, it's only lunchtime, bollocks. Got up to turn around, and the bloke who obviously was the bar manager or the owner of the place or something along those lines went, no, food's on, I'll show you where to go. And then we all had like burger and chips and sat around the same table, which means we were in there in the thick of it when everyone else turned up. And we drank like dirty giggly fish, because I had the thing called a Skeletor, which was blue Caraco and other things and other stuff in a pint glass. And Timey was drinking a Sergeant Slaughter, which looked like... You know, if you're a boy and you have one off in the bath and it goes all stringy and you think, nope, never going to do that again. Kind of looked like a blue version of that. Wasn't into it. Didn't taste very nice. No. Zoe had... an Optimus Primed, which tasted fucking horrible. That was vodka. I'm not a vodka drinker. She just nicked a load of them. And we got pissed with Paul and Mrs. Paul, that's Abby, and Tim, and another Paul that was there with Tim, and Timey Wimey Wibbly Wobbly, and Glenn Jakeman, and... People just in and out. Ben was there for a little while from Ben's Collectibles. It was really nice to actually have two opportunities for a proper chat with Ben's Collectibles, because we've passed the time of day. I bought stuff off him sporadically. It was nice to sit down. He knows his stuff. I'll be honest, he sat there going, oh, well, I'm going to get one of these and I'm going to get one of those. And I was just like, I don't know what you're talking about, but I still want to listen to it. It's really, really good. I hate the fact that he does his reviews on an iPad. Kind of makes me want to try an iPad, which is really disappointing because I only got my tablet lately. And I can't do videos on it. It's shit at recording because the recording camera hole is just in a really odd place. Stick with this camera, I think. So we got hammered and stayed up, and it was the best time I've had in absolutely ages. And then Sunday we woke up, went for bacon. That's when I spoke to Ben's Collectibles properly, because we were eating breakfast at the same time, and he just kind of plonked himself at our table and said, right boys, and got on with a bit of conversation, which was spot on. And then we went to the dealer room, and then we went to listen to more talks about stuff, which again I found really interesting. And there was Glenn's commercial breakdown from back to the 80s. It was just good. It's just good. I enjoyed it. And I think the reason I enjoyed it is because I didn't just sit there and wait for stuff to happen. I found out when things were, made up my mind what things I wanted to attend, and got off my big fat ass and just attended them with a hangover on the Sunday, which was brilliant. Saw Witness, who when I went up and say to him hello, he did look like a bit like a rabbit in the headlights, and then I wandered off. And then I think what happened is, because I went into all the talks and he didn't go in the talks, that Witness, we didn't get to see each other anymore. I have watched his video. I wasn't avoiding you. I would have loved a conversation, but as I said, there's kind of stuff that I just wanted to do. Then I got a text message in the evening from the tree going, where are you? And I said, oh, kind of going home, because the guy, as I said, I got a lift there. I had to get a lift back. The guy I was getting a lift back from had some people in the music studio, so we had to say, I need to take you home. Of course, I was like, it's like 3 o'clock on a Sunday, so there's only an hour left at the convention. Yes, fine, not a problem. Dave texted me to say, where are you? You've won the custom